Hello and welcome back to the Project Hercules Diaries. We are ready. We have got to the point after 7 and a bit years where we don't have any more jobs to do apart from put fuel in to try and start the engine, which is quite the moment. Obviously I'm itching to do it right now, but it is getting quite late and it will be very, very loud because on the exhaust side, just round here, there are only little stub pipes. Obviously, we'll put a proper exhaust on in the fullness of time, but for now, that's all we have. And the other thing that I've been quite conscious of is that lots of people, friends, colleagues have helped me out through the build, and everyone that has helped me has said, oh, let me know when you start it, I want to come round when you first start it. So it doesn't quite feel right just to crack on and go all gung-ho and get it fired up. These are the Project Hercules diaries, so if it doesn't start, if we have problems, they will all be recorded here. This isn't a slick, well, you can tell, this isn't a slick promotion where it fires on the button first time and everyone goes, woohoo, what were the chances? The chances are very, very slim. Although we've got with the following wind, I don't think we'll have too much difficulty getting her to run. So there we are. Last job we did, the very last job, just to put you in the picture, is to make the actuation lever for the decompressor. So the decompressor is in. We can adjust the spring tension with these two nuts here, and this lever here gives me a bit of a mechanical advantage, so I can press that down and activate the decompressor and then snap it up when the engine is spinning. Now, I have tried that without the lever and with only one valve spring in place, just by pushing the valve down by hand and cranking the bike. And when we let go of the valve, obviously the whole thing stops dead because there is a lot of compression, or rather a lot of volume to compress, but it does go over the top, and we know that because as it goes over the top, it sucks the decompressor in, and you get a little clack off the valve when it does that, because the butterfly in the carburetor is closed. So it's definitely going over top dead center. Now that we've got a lever and a bit of mechanical advantage, we can wind these nuts down a bit, put the second spring in because we only had the outer spring in, give us a bit more tension holding that decompressor in the seat. So what am I anticipating? Well, I might have to put some shim steel in there, like on a pulse jet, and make some petals, because I'm wondering if when the decompressor is activated, whether the piston is just drawing air from the atmosphere in and out of these 4 holes here, instead of drawing it through the carburetor. And when we shut the decompressor, there's only one stroke, which might not be enough to pull any mixture through the carburetor. So that's something we might end up doing, or maybe just squirt a bit of fuel down there before we start, just to get it running, and then it will pull through the carburetor. So that's the only question I've got at the moment. I need to charge the battery. I need to put some fuel in. Well, that's okay, because we've got this fuel little thing here that somebody's lent me. Looks all right, doesn't it? Yeah. So we can put a small amount of fuel in there and just connect up the carburetor. So I don't need to worry about putting fuel in the tank yet. I haven't sealed the tank yet, and it still needs to get a lift pump in. But that's all for later. It is pretty much ready to start. So what I'll do is I'll probably do it next weekend, because it's Father's Day tomorrow in England. So we'll wait till next weekend, get a few heads round, get a few mates round, and that will be handy as well, because we can have a bit of a party afterwards. Or we can drown our sorrows. Either way, it should be a good weekend. So all of that will be on the channel. All of that should happen next weekend. And for now, I think I'm just going to retire for the night. Maybe have one last glass of wine or a beer or something. Get ready for celebrating next weekend, perhaps. So there we are. We're absolutely ready. There's no more things to make. There's no more jobs to do. Charge your battery, put some fuel in, and have a go. And when we do that, I will post it on the channel. So as usual, thank you for watching, and more updates will follow.